So, you want to find your art style? I have good and bad news. The bad news is you don't have to find it, because the good news is it's already here and there. The only thing is to look for it and to release it. Just shape it like a diamond. So far, maybe it's just a big blob of something, but I want to show you how to make it shiny and brightful as you are. So if you stick to the end, you will get 4 tips to release your art style and express your own voice. Hello, bonjour, I'm Cécile, a French artist. I've been teaching art online for 4 years now, with more than 40 classes and 22,000 students. If you're one of them, thank you. I'm using a lot of mediums: gouache, oil painting, acrylic, watercolor, alcohol markers, anything I can get my hands on, basically. I've always been painting and drawing since I could hold a pencil, and I even attended an art school. I'm a full-time artist for 4 years, and I'm really eager to help you in your art journey. And today I want to talk about art style. The first thing is to determine what is pleasing to your eyes. And it can be anything. It can be architecture, plants, flowers, animals, music, painting, drawings, photography. Everything around you is something that you like or don't. When I was in art school, we were making mood boards, and for this we were using piles of magazines and scissors and glue, and we were just pasting everything here and there and making a nice mood board. Nowadays we have something that is really more easy to use, but maybe it's less interesting because it's behind a screen. But let's go for it, and let's go to Pinterest. Pinterest is a perfect tool for you to make your mood board, but you need to be intentional about it. Let me show you how I would do that. You want to scroll and type, let's say, I want to make a landscape, and I want to find the landscapes I like in painting. So let's type landscape painting and begin scrolling and create a mood board that you call inspiration for landscape painting. Then you can go and look at this very intentionally. But scrolling is not enough. You need to be intentional when you are on Pinterest. Let's look at this board where I have gathered some inspiration images for landscape painting, and let's analyze the one you love, and especially and most important, why you love it. Now, I have gathered some inspiration some image I like for different reasons, by the way. What I like in this one is just a tiny amount of red in the middle of all the green. We always talk about complementary color, and this is really a good example of just a tiny bit of complementary color. This one I like it because of the perspective. It's really great, bit dramatic, and also the shades of the different trees. The 2 first are very black, and then you are going decreasing the saturation and the value. Very interesting. I want to work on something like that. This one, I love the sparkling in the middle. It looks like it's a photo with some digital stuff inside. I like the light behind the branches. So these are more inspiration things. And if I talk about really art style, I like this one. The bold shapes and the fact that the cloud looks like a tree. I want to make clouds like this because it's kind of really weird but also interesting. But I also like those clouds very round on top and very, I don't know, fluffy on the bottom part. Also the scale between the poppies on the first ground, and then they are getting very, very small. I'm used to make an intermediate shape, but it could be interesting to think about just big and very small. Also, this one, I love that the flat surface is not totally flat. There is a bit of texture inside. This is very interesting. And most of all, this is very interesting because you can do something intentional or it can be just a happy accident. So it's something I want to dig a bit more. And you don't want to mix admiring something and loving it. For example, I admire photorealism. I admire the amount of work inside, the patience, the dedication, but I don't like it. I think it's not worth it. You could as well take a photo. So I admire it. It's aesthetically pleasing, but I don't like it. I don't want to paint this. This is where you need to make the difference between both. So determine what you like, what you love, what you admire, and make the difference between both. This works as well with interior design images, fashion images, whatever is pleasing to your eyes, because this is already the first indication of your art style. The third tip to discover your own art style. Once you have determined what you love and you know why you love it, you need to learn technical skills to achieve it, because style is based on what you love and what you can achieve. What I mean by technical skills, let's say you want to paint a landscape and you have a beautiful sky with clouds everywhere, but they are very specific in their style. If you don't know how to paint it or to draw it, you will get stuck, because this is what you like, this is what you want to do, but if you don't know how, you cannot achieve it. So you won't be able to integrate it in your own art style. So art skill, technical skills are really important. When you master them, you will be able to let them go and do as you wish. But first, you need to master it. So you need to learn the fundamentals of drawing and painting, and to have those technical skills inside of you. And for this, it's not enough to watch videos and read books or whatever you're doing. You have to take a brush, a pen, and do the job. This is how you will build muscle memory, and especially in your brain, you will build those highways of information. And if you paint clouds tens and tens and dozens of times, you will be able to paint them without even thinking about it. And this is where you really have integrated something in your art style. Of course, you can learn those technical skills on your own, but you have better ways to do that. If you could attend an art school, that would be great. This is what I did a long time ago, and this is truly an amazing experience. You are in a group with a teacher, you're guided along the way, and you can look at what others are doing, you can share with them and move along together. This is truly something, if you can attend it, it's really great. But sometimes it's a bit complicated to do it. Maybe it's too expensive, or it's very difficult because you're living far away, or you have a full-time or a part-time job and you don't have time to do it. There are a lot of reasons you cannot attend an art school. And this is why I created my membership, Art with Cecile. As I said, I've been teaching online for 4 years, but I also teach in person here in my country. And I have a lot of students as well, and I teach a lot of different things in the art field. And it's always great to be able to help people achieve their goal. The online classes are fine, but the interactions are quite limited between you and me. All you can do is just send me a message and maybe post an image of your finished art, and I can tell you, oh great, that's nice, etc. Because if you don't ask for specific feedback, I cannot give it to you if you don't want it. And I was really frustrated about this. Then I went live on YouTube, and I've already made almost 30 live on YouTube, and I love it. I really enjoy it. But the interactions are limited as well. All you can do is type in the chat and I can reply, hoping that you're still there. So I was thinking, what could I do more to help people to get to their own voice, to find their own voice, to be able to express themselves, to enjoy their art, to really be happy when making art. And I thought about a membership. I think the best way for me today, and I hope for you as well, to help you in a really interactive and deep way. I mean, nothing really compares to in-person classes, of course, but this is the close I can get to. So in my membership, I have a monthly theme because it's interesting to have some prompts to work from because you have a frame to work inside. This is the best way to release your creativity. So we have monthly theme, and during a month we have a recorded tutorial with painting, and it's mainly gouache or watercolor, but mainly gouache. Then we have a drawing lesson because drawing is really a technical skill you need to master. I know I'm tracing when I'm doing my live painting sessions, but it's just because I don't want to waste time drawing during the live. But believe me, knowing how to draw is fundamental. If you don't know that, you cannot paint on a false drawing. Then the week after, we have a live painting session. And in the live, we are painting what we've been drawing the former week. This is just so you have something every week, you have a commitment, and if you want to paint and improve, you need to practice, 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 practice. Because practice makes what? No, it doesn't make perfect. It makes improvement. Just always think about that. Perfection is nothing in art, but improvement is everything. And the fourth week, we have another live session, and it's either a Q&A session or a live coaching session. In the membership, we have a community and we can share our art and improve together. And this is really being part of like-minded people. I don't know, maybe sometimes it's just a technical question or it can be more meaningful, it really depends. I'm really being generous with my knowledge. I'm not holding anything back. I just want you to improve, to be able to express yourself, to have fun, to enjoy. This is what is really driving me in this membership. You can join here, ceciliador.com/membership, and you will find all the information, the technical details, etc. Now, back to my tips for finding your art style. So that you need to determine what you love. You need to be intentional about why you love it. You need to learn the hard skills to be able to apply. Now, it is time for the fourth tip. And this is to integrate everything in your own art. As I said before, you need to practice, but always intentionally. I know I'm saying this word a lot in this video. Well, let's say you have decided that you love a black outline around a portrait because you saw this in different portraits while you were scrolling on Pinterest. So you decide that your next portrait will have a black outline, and you can make several of them or just one, depending on what you like. And at some point, you may decide that you don't like it anymore because it looks great in someone else's art, but not in yours. But that's it, you have tried it and you have defined a part of your art style. And it works for a lot of things. For example, this portrait, I was integrating the black outline from this image and also the textured painting in the face from this other one. In the end, I don't like the black outline, or maybe I should get back to it because it was a while ago and maybe today I will like it, I don't know. I kept the large brush strokes with minimum blending that are part of my style today, whatever I paint, being portrait, landscape, or pets, or whatever you want. Let me know in comments, do you agree with my 4 tips? Because this is something I am really, I don't know what to say. Yeah. This is something I came up with, and I'm not the only one to think like this, but maybe you disagree. So let me know and let's open a friendly discussion about it in the comments. See you next week. And meanwhile, you can watch this video that YouTube thinks is the best for you. So I'll let you say if it's the good one or not.